Life is good in the best cities in the US for getting around without a car. Follow our lead to the best cities in the country to be car-free, where you can ride public transport, travel by bike, or use your own 2 feet to get all over town. Not only will you save money on things like car insurance and parking tickets, but you'll get some fresh air and exercise too, just by going from point A to point B. Boston. In Boston, public transport is a way of life. The Boston subway system is the oldest in the country and can take you all over town, from Logan Airport, Boston College, and Harvard to downtown tourist attractions such as the New England Aquarium and Boston Harbor. The city also happens to be extremely walkable, should you prefer to get around on foot. Seattle, a city of neighborhoods. Seattle feels like it was made for walking, as long as you don't mind a little rain, of course. Over the course of an easy stroll in downtown Seattle, you can explore tourist attractions like the Space Needle, Pike Place Market, and the city's pretty waterfront park. Some of the best Seattle neighborhoods for car-free living include Belltown and Ballard. Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City is an easy place to live and visit without a car. For starters, public transit covers almost the entire city with a system that uses trains, buses, and light rail. In fact, you can even travel from the Salt Lake City airport to Utah ski resorts using public transportation. The city's outdoorsy population relies on their bikes to get around, and Salt Lake City has a robust system of trails and bike lanes. New York. Most people who live in New York City don't own cars, finding it far more convenient to use the city's elaborate public transport system of buses, the subway, and trains to get around boroughs and out of town too. Of course, there are those famous yellow taxis to get you from point A to point B too. And if you stay in popular neighborhoods like the West Village, the Lower East Side, the Upper West Side, and Tribeca, you'll be able to walk to nearby restaurants, shops, and anything else you could possibly need. Portland. Walkable neighborhoods make a city great, and Portland has them in spades. Some of the best Portland neighborhoods to be without a car are the Pearl District, downtown Portland, and Old Town, also known as Chinatown. Portland is also known as being one of the most bike-friendly cities in the U.S., with a vast network of bike lanes making it easy and safe to ride around town. San Francisco. American Samoa. Long as you don't mind navigating the hilly terrain, San Francisco is a great place to be without a car. The city's historic cable cars can take you up some of the famous streets like Powell and Lombard Street, and make stops at Union Square and Fisherman's Wharf too. There are over 200 parks in the city, including famous ones like Golden Gate Park and Funky Mission Dolores Park, where pedestrians rule too. Minneapolis. Known for its many beautiful lakes, Minneapolis also happens to be one of the best U.S. cities for getting around without a car. Public bike paths run from the leafy outlying suburbs right into downtown, where you can visit the Minneapolis Sculpture Garden and Walker Art Center as well as other top city sites. Don't miss a visit to the waterfall at Minnehaha Park, a beautiful green space right in the city with more walking trails to explore. Austin. The SXSW, South by Southwest, Music Festival and Conference brings the crowds to this fun Texas city every year. But Austin is always a good place to go bar hopping to hear live music and wander the city blocks in search of unique eats and shopping. 6th Street is the most popular place to stroll, but there are many city neighborhoods where you won't need a car to get around. That's why Austin is consistently named among the most walkable cities in Texas. St. Louis, Missouri's most walkable city. St. Louis makes it easy to get around without a car. You can ride public transportation, including the Metrolink and Metrobus, to reach sites like the Gateway Arch, the St. Louis Zoo and the Missouri Botanical Garden. And colorful buses painted to look like trolleys, called the Metro Downtown Trolley, also make it easy to get around. Madison. consistently ranked among the best college towns. Madison, the capital of Wisconsin, is another great place to explore without a car. Locals love to get around by bike, with plenty of flat terrain for pedaling and an abundance of beautiful city parks and lakes. Among the city's top tourist sites are the Wisconsin State Capitol and Capitol Square, and during the summer months there's a wonderful farmers market too. Baltimore. More and more Baltimore residents are opting to live a low-carbon life, ditching their cars and preferring to get around the city by walking or other modes of transport. The Charm City Circulator shuttle bus runs to important places like the Inner Harbor, Johns Hopkins University, Fells Point, and City Hall. The city's fairly mild weather year-round makes walking between locations quite pleasant too. Among Baltimore's most walkable neighborhoods are Mount Vernon, downtown Baltimore, and Little Italy. Hoboken, right across the Hudson River from New York City and within easy reach of Manhattan by public transport, Hoboken is a great place to live and visit without a car. People who live here can often walk everywhere: schools, grocery stores, parks, and restaurants within a matter of minutes. And the town has a solid network of bike lanes too. Miami, Florida isn't known for having the most walkable cities, but in Miami districts such as South Beach, Wynwood, and Brickell, you can easily get around by walking or using public transport. Lincoln Road in Miami Beach is one of the nicest pedestrian shopping and dining districts in the city, and thanks to Florida's sunny weather year-round, many residents get around South Beach using their beach cruisers instead of cars. Denver. The mile-high city of Denver is an easy place to be without a car, with the neighborhoods of Loudoun, Golden Triangle, and Capitol Hill considered the most walkable districts to live in and visit. Hundreds of miles of dedicated bike trails and paths also crisscross the city, including the popular Cherry Creek Trail and Greenway Trail, and the city's fitness-minded residents use them like crazy. There's an airport rail to connect you from the Denver Airport to Union Station in downtown Denver, and a vast network of other public transport options to carry you around town and into the suburbs. Philadelphia, consistently ranked among the most walkable cities in the U.S., Philadelphia is made for strolling. The city center is a compact 25 blocks, and you can walk from City Hall to the Liberty Bell in 15 minutes and from Independence Hall to the Betsy Ross House in just 10 minutes. With beautiful park and squares, there are plenty of places to rest and catch your breath. The city also has a bike share program and over 400 miles of trails,